Hello and welcome to the IT Lab, where I build and test IT solutions. For this one, I gave myself a challenge. Could I build a proper knowledge base using modern SharePoint? Not just a folder full of documents or a wiki that nobody updates. I wanted structure. I wanted every page to go through a smart review and approval process so that the content stays clean, current and trusted. If you want to build a knowledge base that people actually use, stick around and I'll show you how. Let's kick things off with the site itself. Inside the SharePoint Admin Center, I created a new communication site and selected the blank template, giving me a clean slate to build on. Communication sites are ideal for this kind of setup. They're built for publishing content, not team collaboration, and they don't come with a connected Microsoft 365 group. That makes them focused, lightweight, and perfect for a structured knowledge base. This site will host all the knowledge base pages. It's also where the approval process gets triggered and where metadata like status and category is stored for each page. Later in the video, I'll show you how the same site powers both the home page for end users and the admin page for authors. The content source is the same, we're just filtering it differently depending on who's viewing it. Now let's talk about how access is managed. To keep things simple and scalable, I set up a few security groups. Instead of assigning permissions to individuals, I assigned them to groups. That way, admins don't have to touch SharePoint settings every time someone joins or leaves. SharePoint sites come with 3 built-in permission roles: owners, members, and visitors. I mapped each group to the role that made the most sense. Site owners have full control, so that's where the admin group goes. Site members can create and edit content, so I added both the authors and automation groups here. Site visitors have read-only access, so I added the approvers since they don't need to edit pages, and the users group, who are the end users viewing approved content. For automation, I created a dedicated service account and assigned it a E3 license. This account owns and runs all Power Automate flows and is part of the automation security group. The flow handles tasks like updating page metadata, writing to the approval log, and managing the approval process itself. And because it's a service account, the flow won't break if a user leaves the organization, which is a smart way to get the most out of your E3 or E5 license without needing a separate, more expensive Power Automate license. Versioning is one of those behind-the-scene features that quietly does a lot of heavy lifting. In a knowledge-based setup like this one, it's incredibly useful because being able to see previous versions and roll back if something goes wrong gives you a safety net. In the site pages library settings, I enabled major versioning and set the limit to 50 versions. Once that's saved, versioning kicks in automatically. Every page starts tracking changes from that point forward. It's a simple step, but it adds a huge amount of transparency and control to the publishing process. To keep things structured and make automation possible, I created a custom content type. In SharePoint, a content type acts like a blueprint. It defines the kind of content you're working with and the metadata it needs. For this solution, I created a KB page content type that ensures every page has the right fields, so authors know exactly what's expected. I based it on the document content types and selected site page as the parent. That way, it inherits the layout and behavior of modern SharePoint pages while letting me layer in custom metadata. Then I added the columns that power the solution. Page status, a drop-down with options like draft, in review, approved, and cancelled. It defaults to draft and is set as a required field, so every page has a status. Page type, another drop-down starting with one option. Authors can add more over time. This field matches the page template type, like FAQ or troubleshooting, and is also required. Page category, used to group content by topic and help users find what they need. It starts with one option, but authors can add more. This is also a required field. Approval date, added automatically by Power Automate once a page is approved. Approval log, a hyperlink added by Power Automate that points to a filtered view of the approval log for that page. Authors and approvers can use this to see the full audit trail. With all the fields in place, I published the content type so it's available across all SharePoint sites in my tenant. Then I went to my site and added the new content type to the site pages library. Once added, the columns show up and can be applied to KB page types. To make authoring easier and keep layouts consistent, I created a set of page templates by building KB pages and saving them as reusable starting points. These templates are tied directly to the page type metadata we set up earlier, so authors can choose the right structure based on the kind of content they're creating. I added web parts like page properties and text, used collapsible sections, and experimented with different column layouts to make each template feel clean and engaging. The headers, placeholder text, and metadata web parts guide authors to include all the expected content and fill in key fields like page status, type, and category. For this lab, I created 3 templates: FAQs, troubleshooting, and how-to guides. These give authors a head start and ensure every page follows a consistent structure, making the content easier to read, easier to approve, and easier to maintain. The templates are saved in a dedicated folder inside the site pages library, so when an author clicks New, they see a clean list of templates to choose from. It's a simple step, but it makes a big difference in how the system feels, both for authors creating content and readers consuming it. And that's the foundation of the knowledge base: structured, secure, and ready to scale. We've set up permissions, versioning, metadata, and templates, giving authors everything they need to create consistent, reliable content. And this is just the beginning. In the next video, we'll dive into automation, using Power Automate to handle approvals, update metadata, and keep everything running smoothly. If you're enjoying this so far, now's the time to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people. And if you want to go deeper, head over to rajindersidhu.com and sign up for free. You'll get notified whenever I publish new lab posts that support these videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.